So I'm personally very, very excited to be here as part of this team right here that is building some very, very cool things. And we believe truly in our mission of making 1 million people healthy and happy, and by 2025. So I want to start with a brief personal story. So about 15 months ago, I was in a flight over Atlantic Ocean actually, returning from US via Europe to India. I had a successful but a long trip, so I was a bit tired. And then, as I woke up in the middle of the flight with the plane between the continents, really, I felt a distinct unease in my chest, and I couldn't place it, but I knew something was wrong. I didn't have the energy to even call the crew, and everyone around me was sleeping, so I couldn't even wake up the guy next. So frantically, I searched for options, as one does when one is pushed to the wall, and I remembered my Apple Watch that I'm wearing right here. It had an ECG. So I did an ECG, but I must have done it in a haphazard way, so it kind of came inconclusive. So the inconclusive perplexed me further. So in panic, more panic, I did it again, and this time the screen showed up with a AFib. If any of you know what AFib means, it actually means atrial fibrillation, which is one of the arrhythmias, which means the heart rhythm going awry, which happens to more and more people nowadays. And that's something that clearly my watch was telling me was going on. So now alarmed, and I didn't know so much about all this then. I know a lot more about it now, but I just knew that something was desperately wrong. So I realized I had to do something very quickly. And thankfully, my years of training in school, my mom was a yoga teacher, and trekking, which I love. I've been trekking almost whole of my life. I was reminded of the fact that the first priority that one feels when one feels breathless is to slow down the breathing. So I started consciously breathing slow with difficulty at first, and then it eased later substantially. And in half an hour, I did an ECG again, which showed the sinus, or what is called as normal rhythm, right? A sinusoidal curve. So this alarm call was repeated. This was an alarm call, and it was also repeated a couple of months ago when I realized on a checkup of my brother in a hospital that his heart ejection fraction, which is the efficiency of the pumping of the heart, was way, way, way below normal, and nobody knew it. The cardiologist didn't know it. The doctor, he was being admitted for some treatments, variety of treatments, cancer, etc. Nobody knew it. So, given COVID, I think all of us have seen issues like this of heart, brain, mental health, gut, metabolic issues, reproductive health, and we simply don't know what's cooking inside us, to use the pun. So that's really the story of Breath AI. So using modern science and technology, along with ancient practices of breath work and mindfulness, to build a happy and healthy world. And all this non-invasively without a drop of blood. So this has been a long journey with forming a group called Beyond Five Senses in 2018 with my dear friend Sunu way back and a couple of other collaborators, to building an Alexa of fragrances in 2019, and that history is displayed right here. Uh, and then to creating a breath analyzer for diabetes version 1 in 2019, and 2020 the second one, which we displayed at CES in Las Vegas, and then to a wearable, multiple versions of that you will see today, and you will actually see a demo of that today, the first such public demo. And there are going to be many more things that are going to come that we'll talk about later. First, before all that, this is a fantastic team effort, and the idea of this event is to hear from the team that actually is making this happen. So you'll get to hear from the team members and then also have a chance, as I said, to witness the demo of our testing devices. And hopefully you will be happy to have spent time over next hour, hour and a half. I think I'm already going over time, so it may be 2 hours. But you'll be happy to hopefully witness history being made. And then we'll round up with some music and refreshments. That's the plan for the day. We're going to show a corporate film first, and then I'm going to invite Kapurdi, who's going to talk about data engineering. Yeah, thank you.